And here we go. Time for the playoffs with your Ottawa Senators for the first time in the 4 years we have been here. It is now April 21st, 2045. So we're certainly quite a ways in the future here. Let's see what Tampa's about. They have a 5-star player in Fairbairn, a couple 4.5-star players, their goalie Kempton, and a center Howes. Point-wise, it looks like Howes does most of the scoring there. And a goal, Kempton, the .918 save percentage. So definitely gonna have to watch out for that first line. But nothing we can't handle. So here we go. Game 1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's going to be a 2-1 Senators win. So there's our first playoff win with these Ottawa Senators. But of course, still got 15 more to go before we can celebrate, right? Shots with 39-25 on the game. So that's favorable. 3 stars of the game, Yelovikov, Kempton, and Friday. Kuzniakov and Yelovikov with the goals. Game number 2 versus Tampa. It's going to be a 5-0 win. Let's go. So interesting thing is here that Tampa actually outshot us 38-22, and yet we win 5-0. 3 stars of the game, Manning, Marple, and Inabickler. So Marple scores first, then it's Turnbull, and then Machenko, so 2 defensemen pitching in. And then Inabickler, so the 3rd defenseman on the game to get a goal. And then Damon Coughlin with the final goal of the game. Puts us up 2-0 in the series. Game number 3, we're on home ice for the first time in these playoffs. Can we take a 3-0 lead? Indeed we do. 4-1 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning in game number 3. 3 stars of the game, Coates, Schenkel, and Tobias. Shots were 38-28 in favor of your Ottawa Senators. First period, Coates with the goal, and then Tobias with 2 goals back-to-back to make it a 3-0 lead after 1. No scoring in the second. Third period, you have Fairbairn with his first goal of the series, and then Kuzniakov, the captain, with the 4-1 dagger to put away the game. And game number 4, and you know what? Just because we've been having some good luck with the quick sim, I think we'll stick to it. No reason to go into the slow simulation, because that's, for me anyway, it's not good luck. Here we go, game number 4, and it didn't matter anyway, because Tampa gets the 5-2 win. Shots were 33-32 in favor of Tampa. 3 stars of the game, Fairbairn, LeMay, and Howes. First period, you have Howes with the goal. Second period, you have Standing with one of our only 2 goals, followed up by LeMay shortly after. Third period, you have Fairbairn with his second goal of the series, and then you have Marc-Antoine Giroux halfway through the period with his first goal. And then Patterson and Howes with goals of their own, make it a 5-2 game and a 3-1 series. All right, since we lost that last game, we may as well go into the real simulation now and see what happens. Maybe the fortunes will be different. Here we go, start of game number 5. And that was a very uneventful first period, not even any penalties, so the score is 0-0. And here we go, second period. And there's a goal for Tampa. Yvonne Therian with his first goal of the playoffs makes it 1-0. And that is the end of 2. Tampa is up by 1. This is not insurmountable. Come on, we can score here, Ottawa. And there it is, Matt Marple with his second goal of the playoffs from Machenko and Standing. Tied at 1 early in the third. Come on now, oof. Derek LeMay with the goal for Tampa to put them up 2-1 halfway through the third. Oh no. Russell Smeltzer for Tampa puts them up 3-1. Come on, Ottawa. Derek LeMay with another goal. And that is his second goal of the game to put Tampa up 4-1 late in the third, and that is just about it for this one. It's now a 3-2 series. Starting to get a little nervous. Okay, I'm going to do a quick sim for this game, and then if we must go to a game 7, then I'll go into it, to the real-time sim. All right, here we go. Quick sim game 6. No. A 2-1 loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. After going up 3-0, we're going to 7. Shots with 30 apiece, 3 stars of the game, Rindeau, Sydok, and Smeltzer. See, this is why I don't get excited for anything besides a Stanley Cup win, because of things like this. Things like this absolutely are deflating if you get your hopes up. So here we go, game 7. It's not over till it's over. I mean, they have the momentum, but we're still in this. 1 win to make the second round. Come on, Alan Manning. I need a huge game from you. I mean, he was good in the last game, for sure, but offense didn't step up, so kind of need a mix of everything, you know? All right, here we go into the real-time simulation. Come on, Ottawa. There it is. Okay, goal by Dmitry Machenko from Inabickler. Continuing on in the first period. And there we go, Inabickler with the goal from Matt Marple. Once again, I gotta restrain myself from getting too excited, but it's a good start. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Tanner Schenkel from Tobias and Marple. And just like that, we are up 3-0. Second period underway. And see what I mean? There's a goal by Corbin House from Tampa to cut the deficit to 2. Power play for Ottawa goes nowhere. And a goal by Evan Jago for Tampa makes it 3-2. Come on. Don't collapse like this. Just one period. One period, that's all. 20 minutes of solid defensive play. Maybe a goal or two would be nice. And we can be on to the second round, you know? That would be great. Please, 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 please. Okay, thank goodness. We're on to round two. So it was close. It was a close one, but in the end, we did come out on top. We didn't embarrass ourselves completely. And if it weren't for that huge 3-goal first period, things might have been different. So thank you, Machenko. Thank you, Inabickler. And thank you, Schinkel. Shots were 40-35, and the 3-star of the game, Marple, Howes, and Inabickler. Wow, Inabickler with 7 points. I didn't realize he produced that much in that series. That was possibly one of the best trades I have made for these Ottawa Senators so far. Like, he even has more points than Matt Marple. What a guy. Harold Inabickler. Like, he had a total of 25 games played in the NHL before this season, and that was like 6 seasons ago when he was 18. And now as a 24-year-old, he's here doing this. So Vegas, I guess they just screwed up. Well, I mean, obviously they're the 2-time Stanley Cup champions, so in the long run, they didn't screw up that much, I suppose, but still. Missed potential with Harold Inabickler there. Here we go. Round number 2, we have Seattle versus Vegas, Colorado versus Arizona, New Jersey versus Philly, and your Ottawa Senators versus the New York Islanders. So here we go. Game number 1. It's going to be a 4-1 Ottawa Senators win. Let's go. 38 shots to 24. 3 stars of the game, Schinkel, Inabickler, and Kuzniakov. So Inabickler continues to produce at a high level. That is, I believe, now 9 points on the playoffs. So Inabickler with the first goal of the game. No scoring in the second period. And in the third period, you have Tobias with the goal, Machenko, Valentine for the Islanders, and then Yolovikov with the final goal of the game to put us up 1-0 in the series. Here we go. Game number 2 versus the Isles. That'll be a 1-0 win. Manning with the shutout. 41 save shutout for Alan Manning. And then Akolzin and Schinkel, the 3 stars of the game. So Werner, the only goal of the game from Schinkel and Coates, is now a 2-0 series lead for your Ottawa Senators. Let's try to hold on to it this time, you know? So let's take that experience from the previous series and apply it here by not taking things to a game 7. That would be, that'd be very much appreciated. All right, game number 3. It is a 3-1 Ottawa Senators victory. Shots are 46-32. 3 stars of the game, Wilkinson, Necker, and Sanderson. Sanderson with 2 assists. So first period, Jordan Wills with the goal for them, and then Dalton Tobias with the first goal of the game for us. Inabickler with an assist, so he continues to pile on the points. Third period, Inabickler with the goal. Wow, he's been insane. He has been insane these playoffs so far. Ashley Sanderson and Standing with the assists, and then Kelly Carrier with the final goal of the game into the empty net to make it a 3-1 victory and a 3-0 series lead once again, so hopefully we don't blow it. I mean, not that we did in the previous series, but we almost did, so, All right, I mean, we've had some luck so far, so I'm going to try it again. No real-time sim. We're going to go quick sim. It'll be the 6-4 victory. We are moving on to round number 3 in a sweep of the New York Islanders. Let's go, Sens. 3 stars of the game, Coates, Valentine, and Werner. Shots are 37-29. First period, you have Standing with the first goal of the game for us. Then you have 3 goals for the Islanders, so they had the lead at one point. And then Pavel Werner with the goal before the period ends from Standing and Tobias. Second period, you have Carrier with the goal to tie things up, but then Vanes gets the lead back for the Islanders. But then before the period ends, Alexander Kuzniakov, the captain, ties it up once again. And the third period, Luke Sidok with the power play marker from Werner and Westerland. And then Coates with the 6-4 goal with 9 seconds remaining in the game from Standing and Werner to give us the series victory. And we will see who we have in round number 3. Yeah, 11 points in 11 games for Harold Inabickler. Leads our team. Honestly, if it weren't for the play of Alan Manning, who currently has a .938 save percentage, but as far as skaters go, he's by far been the best so far these playoffs. Well, we have the New Jersey Devils in round number 3. So, sorry, New Jersey, but this is the one time I'm going to have to root against you. And in the Western Conference, you have Arizona versus Vegas. So the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions once again in the Final Four. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on our series right now. They have a better record than us during their regular season, 49-27-6, 104 points. But you know what? With the way this team's been playing recently, I have full confidence that we can beat them. Here we go. Game number 1. And that'll be a 4-1 win. Let's go, Ottawa. 31 shots to 28. 3 stars of the game, Machenko, Sanderson, and Standing. First period, you have Coughlin with the goal. Second period, you have Sanderson and Marple with the goals. So we go up 3-0 right off the bat. Then Marvin with the goal for the Devils. And in the third period, you have Collins Standing with the 4th goal of the game for us. And the final goal of the game to make it a 4-1 victory and a 1-0 series lead. Come on, Ottawa. We got this. Game number 2. It's going to be a 2-1 win. 3 stars of the game, Werner, Laskowski. Yeah, Laskowski. And then Drew are the 3 stars of the game. Shots are 38 to 32. First period, you have Croteau scoring first for the Devils, but then you have the captain Kuzniakov on the power play from Werner and Sidok to make it 1-1. Second period, no scoring. Third period, no scoring. So it was ended in overtime by Jody Merrifield from Finn Steiner and Pavel Werner to give us the 2-1 victory and a 2-0 series lead. Here we go. Game number 3 on home ice now. And a 1-0 win. Are you out of your mind, Ottawa? That is the third 3-0 series lead that we have taken in these playoffs. Shots were only 27 to 22, so fairly low, very low offensive game, I should say. First period, no scoring. Second period, no scoring. Third period, Standing with the goal from Marple and Merrifield to get us the 1-0 win and the 3-0 series lead. All right, here we go. Game number 4. I'm going to do the same thing that I did last series, and I'm going to do the quick sim. Come on, Ottawa. Come on, Ottawa. Come on, Ottawa. 2-1 victory for New Jersey. So it was another close one, but unfortunately, they did come out on top. 3 stars of the game, Gortz, Kuzniakov, and Gervais. Shots are 29 to 27, so another very low offensive game. First period, no scoring. Second period, Croteau with the goal. And then for us, Yelovakov. And then the third period, Aaron Gortz for New Jersey. All right, please, Ottawa. I'm begging you. Learn from round number 1 and close this series out now. Don't give them anything. Gonna do another quick sim. And there it is. The 6-4 victory in game number 5 means we go on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Are you kidding me? 3 stars of the game, Marple, McEachern, and Standing. Shots at 37 to 36. First period, you have LaFrance and Rizliakov for New Jersey. Then right before the period ends, Pavel Werner from Schinkel and Coates to make it a 2-1 game. Second period, you have Marple with the goal from Standing and Steiner to make it tied. But then New Jersey with 2 goals to make it a 4-2 game at the end of the second. And then we explode for 4 in the third from Steiner, Werner, and 2 from Marple to close out this series and make our way to the Stanley Cup Finals. That is insane. And what's even more insane is that the Arizona Coyotes have knocked off the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Vegas Golden Knights, meaning we are facing the Arizona Coyotes in the Stanley Cup Finals. They're 52, 22, and 8 on the regular season, but you know what? We beat New Jersey. We should be able to beat Arizona too. Here we go. This is everything we have been working towards in this road to glory. Game 1 versus Arizona in the Stanley Cup Finals. And that is going to be a 6-4 victory. 3 stars of the game, Coates, Isaacson, and Coughlin. Shots are 38 to 35. And we win game number 1. Carrier with the goal to start things out for your Ottawa Senators, but then they get 3. So they take the lead early. Second period, you have Carrier, Coates, and Coughlin with the goals back to back to back. And in the third period, you have Finn Steiner with the goal early to put us up by 2. Then Jay Polanco for the Arizona Coyotes to get it back to 1. But then Damon Coughlin with the empty nets to give us the 6-4 victory. Here we go, game number 2. And that is a 5-4 victory for Arizona. 3 stars of the game, Potkin, Inabickler, and Wirtz. Shots are 38 to 35. Wirtz with 2 goals in the first period to get things started for the Coyotes. And then Potkin with another to get them up by 3 early on there. And then you have Standing and Steiner with goals. And in the third period, you have Coughlin and Schinkel. So we actually took the lead at one point, but then Harju ties it up for the Arizona Coyotes, and we take it to an overtime where Alex Clark scores. So that's unfortunate. Definitely could have won that one, especially after going up by 1 there in the third period rather. That one hurts. That definitely hurts. Here we go. Game number 3. That is going to be a 4-2 Arizona victory. 3 stars of the game, Isaacson, Sidok, and Potkin. Shots are 44 to 32 Arizona. First period, you have Blackwell scoring and then Marple scoring, so tied at 1. Then Werner gets the goal, so we took the lead at one point, and then Isaacson with the goal to get things tied up again. And in the third period, Carmody with an unassisted goal, and then Plouffe into the empty net with a 4-2 victory for Arizona. All right, come on, guys. We're down, but we can still do this. I have complete confidence in this team. Game number 4 will be a 5-3 win. There it is. Shots at 36-33, and 3 stars of the game, Werner, Blackwell, and Schinkel. First period, you have Werner and Seidock with the goals. Second period, you have Schinkel and then Coates. So we go up 4-0 to start out the game, and then Blackwell with the power play goal to give Arizona their first goal of the game. And then third period, it looks like Arizona did put up a fight there. They did attempt to make a comeback, but then Ashley Sanderson with the dagger from Coates and Westerland to make the series tied at 2. Game 5, I'm getting nervous now. And that is a 5-2 win. 3 stars of the game, Kuzniakov, Werner, and Aaltonen. Shots are 37-36. So they're close games when it comes to the shots department all around, but this game, as far as the score goes, we dominated. First period, they actually scored first, Jason Montgomery with the goal. Then second period, you have Kuzniakov and Sanderson with the goals late in the second period to put us up 2-1. And the third period, you have Turnbull. And then I'm not going to even try that one on Arizona. Makes it 3-2. And Dalton Tobias and Pavel Werner. Pavel Werner scores with 0 seconds left approximately into the empty net from Seidock and Westerland to put us up 3-2 in the Stanley Cup Finals. All right, here we go. Game 6 against the Arizona Coyotes. We are 1 win away. Going into the slow sim. Here we go. And there it is. The first goal of the game by Matt Marple from Standing and Steiner early in the first period. Gives us a 1-0 lead. Come on, boys. Give me another. Give me another. Give me another before the end of the period. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Halfway through, nothing doing. And that's it for 40. 20 minutes. That's all it is. 20 minutes left. The Stanley Cup is in the building. Come on, Sens. Come on, Sens. Get it done. Tanner Schinkel with the 2-0 dagger past their goaltender Ribnik from Tobias and Seidock. And we have a 2-0 lead with 11:39 in the third. Come on. 4, 3, 2. And that is it. Your Ottawa Senators have won the Stanley Cup in the middle of a rebuild. What a note to end it on. 3 stars of the game, Manning, Silnitsky, and Schinkel. Matt Marple with the game-winning goal was also the first goal of the game, 1:12 into the game. And of course, Tanner Schinkel, who has been absolutely phenomenal all year, gets the insurance marker. And there we go. We are the Stanley Cup champions. Right in the middle of a rebuild. I mean, there it is. Ottawa wins it all. The Ottawa Senators have triumphed at the NHL's highest level, hoisting the Stanley Cup after a 2-0 victory in the deciding game. We brushed aside a challenge from the Arizona Coyotes, who will head home empty-handed. Senators star center Matt Marple said it was simply the Senators' year. Even after finishing third in our division, I think there was a mix of doubt and confidence, he said. But once we started winning in the playoffs, the confidence took over. I would legitimately agree with that. As we take a look at the final bracket, we went up 3-0 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. They fought back to 7, but we took it in the end. We learned from it. We swept the New York Islanders. We went up 3-0 again against the New Jersey Devils. They won 1 game, but we learned from the first series. We closed out in 5, and in the Stanley Cup Final, of course, we get it done in 6. Everything that we have done has led up to this moment. And now this series, the Road to Glory series, has been completed. I mean, obviously we'll go over the stats here, but it's been a long road, but it's been a fun one at that. There have been a lot of good memories from this Road to Glory series for sure. I might even have to make like a compilation of some of the moments that have happened throughout this series, because there's been quite a few of them. But I'll save that for another time. For now, let's see the final stats for the playoffs, and of course we'll see the awards and everything. So Pavel Werner led our team with 18 points during these playoffs. He is one of the few veterans who we held on to during the start of our rebuild, which we're still sort of in, but not really. I don't know what to think anymore. Like this team exceeded my expectations on pretty much every level, at least this year. The past 3 years, not so much, but this year, something magical happened, let me tell you. Matt Marple with 17 points, Tanner Schinkel with 17 points in 19 games played. I mean, he was just, like I said, he really surprised me. He's probably been one of the most unexpectedly best draft picks I've ever had. Because, I mean, a couple of years ago in the simulation, you heard me talking about how his overall ratings were just, average. and nothing really impressed me about him besides maybe his balance and his aggression. When it came down to it, he was a fantastic simulator. And not only did he produce during the regular season, he also produces during the playoffs, as we see, being almost point per game. Anyway, enough about Schinkel. Let's give the rest of the guys their spotlight here. Colin Standing with 16 points, as well as Adam Coates, really. So Coates had like 30 points all season. He's a 2-star defenseman at 30 years of age. Yeah, he had a solid impact these playoffs. So I guess that's another player who surprised me during these playoffs. Tobias with 14 points in 22 games played. Inna Bickler with 12 in 19. He certainly slowed down after the second round, but you know what? He did his part. Without his contributions there in the first and second round, I'm not sure if we would have made it through. So definitely props to him. He was a big part of this playoff run. Unfortunately, he did get injured after game 3 of this Stanley Cup final, unfortunately. Luke Seidak with 12 points in 22 games. Then you have Kuzniakov with 11, Steiner with 10, Machenko with 10 as well. 8 for Carrier and Yolovikov, 7 for Sanderson, 6 for Coughlin and Westerland, 4 for Giroux and Alton, 3 for Turnbull in 4 games played. Merrifield with 2 and 8. Dion with 1 and 1. Looks like Greg Norman got in there for a little bit in goal, but it was mostly this man, Alan Manning, in 22 games played with a .935 save percentage and 4 shutouts. So if you ask me, he's the Conn Smythe winner for sure. .935 save percentage throughout that many games, and with none of the skaters really particularly standing out. All right, here we go. One final awards ceremony for this Road to Glory. Let's see who won each trophy. So Bobo Finneran once again wins the Ted Lindsay Award. Then you have Alan Watts from Anaheim winning the Art Ross. Then you have Albin Persson winning the Maurice Richard. Then you have Clinton Wilson winning the Lady Byng. Bill Masterton goes to Timur Mukanov. Mark Messier Leadership Award goes to Milan Varga. The Jennings Trophy goes to Nick Sarauer of Vegas. And the Heart between O'Finneran, Warkentin, and Bear goes to Bobo Finneran. And the Conn Smythe, who is it? Alan Manning. I figured. Between him and our top skater, it wasn't really close. The Calder between Rogan, Faturik, and Liggett, it is Stefan Faturik. The Norris between Anderson, Levine, and Bish goes to Olivier Levine of Colorado. And the Selke Trophy between Quince, Holidik, and Vopenka goes to Jan Vopenka of Vegas. The Vezina between Mikhailov, Svan, and Etier, it goes to Alexander Mikhailov of Buffalo. And Executive of the Year between Brisebois, Darrow, and Cunningham, it is Julian Brisebois of Anaheim. Jack Adams between Jonathan Lee, Jack Logue, and Donald Ressler is Jonathan Lee of Anaheim as well. And why not? One final season summary. So unfortunately, not the manager of the year, but that's not the most important thing here. The important thing is we did win the championship and we had a winning season. No negative categories, of course. And our total season score is 40, bringing our final career score to 506. I guess at this point, the ratings don't really matter, but I'll just evenly distribute them throughout those categories there. Actually, before we wrap things up here, let's take a look at our final GM history. So we spent 4 years in Rimouski. Of course, that 4th year, that was a legendary team. Went 63-2-3 in the regular season. Won the QMJHL playoffs. Unfortunately got booted out of the Memorial Cup, but that's okay. Spent 1 year in Fort Wayne. We don't count this year. That was not even a year. That was a game. And that was a good team, but, things didn't really work out there as far as being able to manage them. So then we head over to the Atlantic City Boardwalk Bullies, an expansion team in the ECHL, and we get it done there within 2 seasons. Then we head over to the National League with the ZSC Lions, and really not much of a struggle there. It was actually mostly wins. Although the season before I took over there, they had missed the playoffs. So we took them from being a non-playoff team to a playoff team 3 years straight, and then, of course, won the championship in year number 3. Then we head over to the AHL with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Things are a little different. That was a little, that was long. It was mostly frustrating, to be honest, because it's another one of those leagues where you can't really do much about the majority of the roster that you have. You kind of just have to make do. So it's not like we could have gone into a rebuild or anything like we did here in Ottawa. But still, we did eventually get it done in year number 7 there. And then we head over to the Ottawa Senators in the NHL. First couple of years, obviously I thought we were going to be competitive, but that was not the case. We didn't make the playoffs either of those years. Trade deadline of year number 2, we just decided, you know what? Let's tear it down. Let's build up our prospect pool. and then maybe in 3 or 4 years we'll be competitive. So the year after that, of course, was just about as expected. It wasn't pretty. However, we did get the first overall pick and fourth overall pick. And with the first overall pick selected Matthias Sarella, he's coming along. Obviously, he's still unsigned, and, we're not really going to get a chance to see him in this series, considering, it's over. He did have some good growth this season. He had 27 points in 59 games played in the Finnish league. And Victor Jansson, being in the SHL for 1 year, gave him quite a boost. 35 points in 45 games played with both Karl Skoga and Leksands, so he was traded mid-season, and he is now a 2-star ability, 5-star potential. Before he was a 4-star potential. So that draft certainly proved useful for the future of the Ottawa Senators, and I thought we would be seeing the likes of Jansson and Sarella in this series, but this year happened, and we go 44, 34, and 4 during the regular season, 92 points. Nothing too impressive, but it was enough to make the playoffs. And then as we see, we gained confidence and we were able to win in the end. And like I said before, I was completely expecting for this year to be another one of those growth years or development years. But no, this team had other ideas. So, I'll take it. I will certainly take it. And you know what that means is that besides the AHL, which we've spent 7 years in, we spent no more than 4 years in any given league. 4 years in the QMJHL, technically 3 years in the ECHL, 3 years in the National League, 7 in the AHL, and then 4 years in the NHL to get it done. So in total, not counting that one game with Fort Wayne, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years was the end of the ZSC Lions stint. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 years in total to get it done in 5 leagues. Not bad. Now, of course, there were some gap years in there where I was not able to be employed, but we don't count those either. So I believe with that, we're all done here on this road to glory. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in whatever the next series is. I do have an idea of what it is, so I'll keep it a surprise. So one final look at the roster, and now I guess it is time for me to start working on the next series.